Hello guys, so today we are tying up this fly. It's a Perch Streamer for trout. I truly love fishing with this and it's so simple to do and it looks ridiculously good and it produces a lot of fish. So just gonna go through the materials real quick. For this fly I like to use a Trout Predator, long shank hook. I like them to be a little bit longer when doing bigger zonkers. Then we are going to use some fulling milled zonker, which is in olive brown baird. Then we are using, for the body, we are going to use Troutline Loch dubbing in the color olive. That's the back end of the fly. Half of the body is in this color, pretty much. Then we will be using a little bit of SLF Prism in the color cream as the upper body part. And the last thing in the front, we're going to mix two different dubbings. It's also SLF red and the fusion dubbing in flame. And it's pretty much straightforward. We're gonna use more red than orange for the front, so we're just gonna take just a tiny bit of orange. There's a lot of like color and shine into this fusion dubbing, so we're gonna use this, and we take more red, we just mix it together like this. This is the only red I had left, so but you kind of get a very nice blend to it. So that's the front of the fly. Then I also recommend getting some glue, because making streamers, glue is very important to make things last for a while. So yeah, let's get into tying. So today we're tying a Perch Streamer. This is very deadly for trout and pike and perch, actually. I usually fish this fly kind of early in the season here in Sweden, when the roach and perch are starting to move up in the rivers. So I really like to fish with this fly. I had massive success fishing with it, and it's a very easy fly. I'm going to tie a lot of different streamer patterns on this channel, so let's get into tying. So I have already prepared a bit of Zonker here. This is a black baird Zonker strip from Fulling Mill. So when I'm measuring the Zonker, I usually like to have around double hook length or 1.5, something like that. So when you have cut it, I usually wet my fingers a little bit, and I look for a spot like this to basically tie it in. So perch is actually on the food list for trout, and they love it. They really do. So just tie it in like that, pull a little bit, bring out some glue. We're gonna use that right under the fly here where the thread is for durability. Then I just bring back the Zonker like that, do a few laps. Then I'm gonna do a dubbing loop, so a lot of thread out like this, tie it in like that. Then I'm going to use this magic tool, which I will put down in the comments what it is to be exact. So we're going to have 4 different dubbings actually, as you saw earlier in the video. So first of all, I'm just taking the olive dubbing, and I will be putting that inside the dubbing loop that we're going to use. So first, I'm also gonna get out the the cream dubbing that we're going to have to get a little bit more shine. And we don't need a lot of it, just a pinch pretty much. So we put in the material here, and then the other dubbing as well. So it looks something like that. I hope you can see. Then we are going to spin. Just like that. Can use the dubbing brush to just get the fibers out a little bit like this. Don't have to, since we're going to use it later anyway. Tight hard wraps around the hook shank like this. My vise isn't standing still for me. So we want to save a little bit here in front of the fly, since we're going to use the other dubbings here. So pull down, secure all the way to the front. We cut this off. Then I pull back and I do some hard wraps. This thread is really strong, so it can handle a lot of pressure. Just like that. Then we are taking the red dubbing and the orange dubbing. Just a tiny bit of orange, don't need much. Just like small pinch. And we're gonna have a little bit more of the red. You mix them together and you get like a very nice fiery look. Then we're gonna make a small dubbing loop again. You can do this in one big dubbing loop as well, but I like to take time with my flies. I like to try and make them as good as possible, so I rather take a little bit more time than doing it real quick. So now we just go hard laps, just like this. Pull back, secure, pull back, secure. Just gonna look so you guys can see it properly. Hopefully this is better. All right, so then we pull back the fibers again. We do a few laps. We bring out the dubbing brush. Once again. Here. Then I'm gonna do as I always do. I just go on the sides first. Under. On the top. Just pulling all fibers out pretty much. Pull down. And then we look how it's going to look. That's good. Also, you can see there's a little bit too much fibers in the front from the rabbit. Just pull it off. So we pull this tight as we want. We do one lap like that. Pull everything back. Do some hard wraps. Pull. cut off the excess. Just like that. Fix it with my thumb. And then we tie it in. Something like that. You can use eyes on this fly as well if you like. They will probably look better. But I fish really rapid streams with this fly, so I really don't care about that, to be honest. It's not gonna make my fishing any better, really. So now the fly isn't really done. We're gonna use the brush even more. So what I like to do is to go from underneath like this, on the sides, and up. And then I go from front to back like this. And I will do the other side as well. So I really like blending dubbings and just mixing materials. So I'm gonna do a lot of that on this channel. So I think I'm pretty happy with this version. We're also going to use a little bit of glue. Then I usually tilt the fly a little bit. Take a little bit of glue, pull back, and just gently put a dot on it, and the same underneath. Like that. Something like that. And then the fly is pretty much done. This is how it looks like. And the body underneath looks also pretty good. And this fly will catch you a lot of trout, at least if you fish around the northern parts of the world where perch is a primary food source for trout. So this is my go-to fly when I fish for big trout, early season and late season and mid-season.